What if I told you that one of the most daring escapes in history happened not on land, but beneath the ocean? Picture this. A group of prisoners trapped in a German submarine camp during World War II managed to break free by swimming through the cold, treacherous waters of the English Channel. But how did they pull off such a remarkable feat? And what was the real story behind their extraordinary escape? Let's take a dive into one of the most unbelievable escapes in history. It's the early 1940s. The world is at war, and France is under German occupation. On the edge of the coast, there's a remote submarine camp, surrounded by barbed wire, watchtowers, and armed guards. Here, Allied prisoners of war are held, living in harsh conditions. Every day is a struggle to survive, and every day the hope of freedom seems more distant. But among these prisoners, there are those who refuse to give up. They may be beaten down, but they're not broken. A small group of men, each with their own story, begins to hatch a daring escape plan. Their faces are weary, but their eyes burn with a quiet resolve. They know that escape isn't just a dream, it's their only chance for survival. The plan is simple, but deadly. They will swim across the icy waters of the English Channel, a stretch of water notorious for its brutal currents and freezing temperatures. The prisoners gather in secret, planning their route. One wrong move, and they'll be caught. But the hope of freedom is too strong to ignore. And then, under the cover of darkness, the escape begins. The prisoners slip into the cold night, silently entering the water, their bodies shivering from the freezing temperatures. The waves are relentless, crashing against them as they fight for every stroke. Behind them, the German submarine camp is just a distant silhouette, but ahead of them is the promise of freedom, a promise they'll either reach or die trying. As dawn breaks over the channel, the survivors of the escape emerge, exhausted and battered. Their journey is far from over, but for the first time in months, they feel a glimmer of hope. But not all of them made it. Some of the prisoners are lost to the unforgiving waters, and the risk of capture remains high. The price of freedom has never been so steep. Years later, the story of their escape would become a legend, one of resilience, courage, and sacrifice. These men defied the odds and overcame what seemed impossible. Their story serves as a reminder that even in the darkest moments, hope can survive, and even the most oppressive forces can be challenged. As we reflect on their bravery, we realize that the escape was more than just a physical journey. It was a symbol of the human spirit's ability to overcome any obstacle. What other stories of survival and courage do you know from history? Share them with us in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories from the past. History is full of heroes, and sometimes those heroes are us.